The Grand Duchy's power peaked after forming a union with Poland in 1569, creating the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, a unique political entity where nobles held significant rights and kings were elected. For centuries, this Commonwealth was a major European power, but over time, internal conflicts and external pressures weakened it. By the late 18th century, neighboring empires divided up its lands, and Lithuania fell under the control of the Russian Empire. The 19th century brought a harsh Russification campaign, with bans on Lithuanian language publications and attempts to erase national identity. Yet, Lithuanians resisted by secretly printing books and newspapers abroad and smuggling them back into the country, a movement known as the book smuggler resistance. This commitment to preserving culture and language laid the groundwork for future independence movements. In 1918, after World War I and the collapse of the Russian and German empires, Lithuania declared its independence. For 2 decades, it thrived as a small but proud nation. However, this freedom was short-lived. In 1940, the Soviet Union occupied Lithuania, followed by Nazi Germany during World War II, and then once again the Soviets in 1944. The decades that followed were marked by repression, deportations to Siberia, and the suppression of national identity. Yet, the Lithuanian people never gave up. Partisan fighters, known as the Forest Brothers, waged a guerrilla war against Soviet rule in the late 1940s. In early 1950s, hiding in the dense forests and resisting for years despite overwhelming odds. The true turning point came in the late 1980s. During the decline of the Soviet Union, Lithuania played a leading role in the Singing Revolution, a non-violent movement that used music, culture, and human solidarity to demand freedom. In 1989, over 2 million people joined hands to form the Baltic Way, a human chain stretching over 600 kilometers across Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia. This powerful act of unity captured the world's attention and symbolized the Baltic people's determination for independence. In 1990, Lithuania became the first Soviet republic to declare independence, an act that sparked confrontations but eventually led to recognition of its sovereignty in 1991. Today, Lithuania is a proud member of the European Union and NATO, a modern democratic state that blends its ancient traditions with forward-looking innovation. Its cities, landscapes, and culture all reflect this dual character, rooted in the past, yet embracing the future. The capital city, Vilnius, is a gem of Baroque architecture and historical charm. Its Old Town, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is one of the largest in Eastern Europe, filled with cobbled streets, Gothic churches, and colorful houses. The Vilnius Cathedral, with its neoclassical facade, stands near the Gediminas Tower, a symbol of Lithuanian statehood. Vilnius is also unique for its multicultural past, once home to large Polish, Jewish, Russian, and Belarusian communities. Before World War II, it was nicknamed the Jerusalem of the North, due to its vibrant Jewish population and cultural life. Today, Vilnius has become a youthful city, full of street art and innovation hubs, attracting both tourists and entrepreneurs. Beyond Vilnius, Lithuania offers an array of attractions. The Hill of Crosses near Alea is a haunting and deeply symbolic site where thousands upon thousands of crosses have been placed by pilgrims over the decades. Despite Soviet attempts to destroy them, it stands as a symbol of faith, resistance, and national pride. In Trakai, just outside Vilnius, the Trakai Island Castle rises dramatically from a lake, looking like a scene from a fairy tale. This medieval fortress was once a center of Lithuanian power and remains one of the country's most picturesque landmarks. On the coast lies Klaipėda, Lithuania's only port city, with its German-influenced old town and access to the Curonian Spit, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The Curonian Spit is a 98-kilometer-long sand dune peninsula that stretches into the Baltic Sea, shared with Russia's Kaliningrad region. With its shifting dunes, pine forests, and fishing villages, it is one of Europe's most unique natural wonders. The seaside resort town of Palanga is another coastal gem, famous for its beaches, amber museum, and lively summer atmosphere. Lithuania's nature is equally captivating. The country is dotted with lakes, rivers, and forests, making it ideal for outdoor enthusiasts. National parks, such as Aukštaitija and Žygiai, preserve traditional villages, wooden churches, and pristine wilderness. The Nemunas River meanders across the land, offering scenic routes for kayaking and cycling. In winter, snow transforms the countryside into a wonderland, with traditions of winter festivals and celebrations adding warmth to the cold season. The culture of Lithuania is a blend of Baltic roots, European influences, and unique traditions. Folk songs, dances, and crafts remain central to national identity. The Song and Dance Festival, held every 4 years, brings together tens of thousands of performers in a breathtaking display of heritage. Lithuanian folk art is rich with patterns and symbols, from intricate wood carvings to traditional crossmaking, which has been recognized by UNESCO as part of the world's intangible cultural heritage. The Lithuanian language itself is a treasure. It is one of the oldest living Indo-European languages, preserving many features of the ancient Proto-European tongue. Linguists around the world study Lithuanian because of its archaic forms, making it a living link to humanity's linguistic past. For Lithuanians, their language is not just a means of communication, but a vital symbol of identity and resilience. Food in Lithuania is hearty, reflecting its agricultural traditions and cold climate. Staples include potatoes, rye bread, dairy, and pork. The most famous dish is sipalainai, potato dumplings stuffed with meat or cheese, named for their resemblance to zeppelins. Other favorites include kugulus potato pudding, salty bartse, a cold beet soup with kefir, perfect in summer, and rye bread, which is considered a cultural treasure in itself. Amber, often called Baltic gold, is another Lithuanian specialty not for eating, of course, but for wearing. Jewelry made from amber, often with ancient insects preserved inside, is one of the most iconic souvenirs of Lithuania. Modern Lithuania surprises many visitors with its creativity and innovation. The younger generation has embraced technology, art, and entrepreneurship, making cities like Vilnius and Kaunas hubs for startups and cultural events. Festivals such as Kaunas 2022 European Capital of Culture have highlighted Lithuania as contemporary edge while honoring its traditions. Basketball is another defining feature. Lithuania is a basketball powerhouse, producing world-class players and winning medals on the international stage. The sport is almost a religion here, uniting the country in passion and pride. Perhaps the most striking aspect of Lithuania is its spirit of resilience. Time and again, the nation has faced invasions, occupations, and attempts to erase its identity. Yet it has always emerged with its culture intact and its independence restored. From the pagan tribes who resisted conversion, to the book smugglers of the 19th century, to the singing revolution of the 20th, Lithuania has shown an unshakable will to survive and thrive. In the end, Lithuania is far more than a small country on the Baltic Sea. It is a land of castles and forests, of language and song, of resilience and pride. It is a place where history is written, not only in books but in the spirit of its people, where modern life coexists with ancient traditions, and where beauty can be found in every corner from the dunes of the Curonian Spit to the crosses on a lonely hill. For those who venture to discover it, Lithuania offers not just sights to see, but stories to remember, a true Baltic treasure waiting to be explored.